Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode of Dan's album analysis and rating. Today, I have Tangier, Stranded, technically their third album. So today's suggestion comes from at Seagull Poet. So thank you for the suggestion. Before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, hit the little thumbs up and little bell to be notified when I publish new content like this. There you go. Cheers. All right, Tangier. Talk about a band I've ignored on purpose back then. I've only really gotten into their albums in the last couple of years, to be honest. I've watched videos and all that, and I think I watched the wrong videos for me to start liking this. There'll be a Tangier episode once I get because I have Four Winds and Stranded, and also the independent one that's on the way now. So anyway, Tangier, Stranded, from 1991, produced by John Purdell and Dwayne Barron. This is what you would call releasing your second album very and late in the game of hair metal. Are they hair metal? Sound-wise, I guess not really. They're more like Aerosmith, Black Crowes-ish, I guess, verging on hard rock. But yeah, it took me a very long while until I watched some videos. I was like, wow, this is great. But that's another episode for another time. This episode here is about Stranded from Tangier. Once again, suggested by at Seagull Poet. So thank you for that. Gave me an excuse to go and re-listen to this one again. See, I love these little albums I never talked about on my channel before, but this is a perfect excuse for showing all these little odd albums I've never shown. By the way, these types of episodes, my analysis and rating, are all thanks to you. So I go by what you suggest me. So leave your suggestions in the comments. I will give you a shout out, obviously, for the suggestion. And like I said, I write them down. I got a nice little list there. So if you feel you've been ignored, you probably haven't. They're written down there. I'm just trying to give everybody a chance, at least once, before I start doubling down on people's suggestions. So cheers. Now for the album. So for let's call this one their second, even though it's technically a third, I guess. They're known for Stranded, and the one before this, Four Winds. So on the first album, had Bill Mattson on vocals, who had a friggin' gorgeous voice, if you ask me. But he didn't look the part of a pretty boy, like your Bret Michaels and your, well, whatever. It shouldn't be about looks, right? But technically it is there. So they went and got Mike LeConte on vocals and keyboards. Doug Gordon is back on guitar and vocals. Gary Mutt, bass and vocals. And Bobby Bender again on drums. Now, if I'm looking at this album cover, I'm thinking, oh, this guy must be the new lead singer. He's kind of got like the look for it. But no, the new lead singer is this guy here. I'm just like, okay, that's a little odd picture there, but it is what it is. Here's the back cover right here. So let's go for the analysis of the songs here. So first up, we have Down the Line. So starts off with a decent rocker, if you ask me there. So I'm giving the first one here down the line a 7 out of 10. Next up, we have Caution to the Wind, which is a tad better, but let's give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Now, next up, and it'll be my little complaint about the album here. So, next up is You're Not the Lovin' Kind. So I gave that one a 6 out of 10 just because all week when I've been listening to this album, I'm like, what the hell does it remind me of? It reminds me of another song. There's a riff in there. Like, oh my God, I keep singing that other song. And only, an hour or two ago, I listened to it more. I'm like, fuck, I finally got it. It was Whitesnake, Fool for Your Love. And I'm like, oh my God. So listen to You're Not the Loving Kind. I'm so tired of trying. I've always understanding. That part there. Fool for Your Love. Just before that there, yeah, that's exactly what You're Not the Loving Kind sounds like. So I'm giving you 6 out of 10 for this song. Since You've Been Gone, no, it's not that version. When I first saw the title, I'm like, oh my God, are they doing the rainbow cover, which was already a cover, if I remember correctly? Can't freaking drink it, just. But anyway, yeah, Since You've Been Gone is like the ballad of the album. No, it does not really do anything for me. I'm giving that one a 5 out of 10. And last one here takes just a little time. Last one on side one. A little bit better. So I'm giving that one a 6 out of 10. So far, side one is okay. Is good, but okay. Next one. Side two, Excited. Probably my favorite song two of my favorite songs. So Excited, I'm giving that one an 8 out of 10. But it's also a recycled riff. That one I still haven't figured out where I've heard it from there. So that's one of my beefs with this one here. So Excited though, great song. 8 out of 10. Still has that recycled riff. I don't know where it's coming from. Back in the Limelight. It's good. We'll give that one a 6 out of 10. Then comes Stranded, which is the name of the album also. All right, so I'm going to go off on a little tangent right here. That was like the first video I saw. And when I saw the video, I was like, It's very generic, there's nothing wow or new about it. To me, this should not have been named the album and should not have been the lead single or video off of this one. There's so many other better songs. And that's why I stayed away from this, because it was just very generic, if you ask me. So I'm giving that one a 5 out of 10. But if you want to see young Pamela Anderson in the video, yeah, she's in this video here, all right. So Stranded, yeah, the song itself is, and the video, like I said, it was very generic for me. There was nothing new. Like, they have some sort of sounds a little bit like Aerosmith, but have a little bit of a Western theme to them also, which I find is more present in their Four Winds album, which that was great. But yeah, anyway, Stranded, we'll give it a 5 out of 10. Then after that, get It's Hard, and man, is that ever a catchy song. Giving that one an 8 out of 10. This album has actually some pretty good choruses. What I find is very weak are the verses. Like, the verses are just, it's like, oh my God, guys, I got this excellent chorus. And almost every chorus on this album is friggin' excellent. But the verses, I was like, okay, well, did you work? I guess you worked very hard on that chorus. Should have worked also maybe not as hard for the verse, but still, they're not that great. But whatever. It's hard though. 8 out of 10. Great song, but probably my second favorite after Excited. So side two is actually looking a lot better here. So yeah, it's hard. 8 out of 10. And last song, If You Can't Find Love. Good song. I'm putting that one a 7 out of 10. So there you go. Now let's do the tally. Sorry for that little pause. Obviously, I forgot to tally the whole thing. So the tally at the end of the day for this one out of 10 is getting a 6.5. Great hooks for choruses. Too many recycled riffs. And I guess the verses could have used a little work because these guys disbanded after this album. Now, I'll talk about these guys in a future episode when I get that third album there, or their first one there. But 4 wins, and I'm happy. I'm not complaining there at Seagull Poet. I love the fact that people are suggesting, Dark Horse or like people albums that people don't really talk about, because it's always been about 4 wins. But I'm gonna tell you, 4 wins is freaking good. Okay, that guy's voice is awesome. This guy's voice is good. Nothing, no complaints about his voice. But there's something about the album 4 Winds, especially the song "Southbound Train" is by far my favorite Tangier song. But it was because of Stranded. I was like, I saw the video. I was like, yeah, it's generic hard rock, nothing really exciting. Though the type of hard rock that was losing popularity at the time there. But and fun fact, I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again because I always love to remind my friend Pascal about this. When I hadn't seen a concert in my life. So we have here in Ottawa the Super X, which was $5 admission to get into the Super X. But then they also had concert series, and I remember he was saying, "Oh yeah, you want to go see It was Cinderella, White Lion, and Tangier." And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's $5." I'm like, $5 for a concert? Really? That's cheap. I'll go. I wasn't really into those 3 bands anyway, but I wanted to go see a band. We get there, and it's like, yeah, it'll be $30 each. And Pascal's like, but they said on the radio it's $5 for the concert. No, it's $5 for getting into the Super X. Then there's an extra $30 for the concert. So I was like, ooh, so we didn't go. So anyway, that was a fun little side note there. But anyway, it was Tangier on the 4 Winds album. So anyway, this one here gets a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you at Seagull Poet for the suggestion. Once again, bring me some suggestions. If you're unfamiliar with what I have, my Instagram is below, and you'll be able to see I post a different album every day in my collection. I have over 1,400 and counting. Trust me, there's the mailman or woman, depends. They know me by now. They're like, oh yeah, you're the guy. Is that a record? Is that a record? Is that a record? Yeah, it is. So I get something in the mail almost every day because I do want every hair metal album out there. I've gotten some doozies the last month or so. I will say that there. So anyway, so that is my episode again. Once again, you are more than welcome. Please suggest any other albums you would like me to do analysis and rating on. Today was at Seagull Poets chance, and it could be yours next time. So leave a comment of something you would like me to do a deep analysis on, and I will get to it eventually. On that note, thank you guys for watching, and we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.